Hello, welcome to One Way TV this week. Glad that you could join us. This week we have a new series called Inner Healing by Liz Bailey, so that'll be a great series as well. And if you've missed the manipulation series, which ended a couple of weeks ago, make sure you catch up with them on YouTube because they were really great, and we'll probably run it again a bit later in the year. So stay tuned, tell your friends about onewaytv.org, and remember 7 p.m. Friday or 9 a.m. Sunday. And have a great week. Bye.
Hi, talking more about how Jesus came to set the captives free. And I have got a book here that I have written on this subject. It says, He heals the brokenhearted. And you can get that from the CRC Churches International website or from Julie. So Psalm 147 and verse 3 says, He heals the brokenhearted. He heals you. If you're brokenhearted, He heals you. You might have been brokenhearted because you've gone through a really painful marriage separation or divorce, or you've had a terrible experience at work where you've been bullied and bruised, or you may have had something happen in your family that's crushed you. Your children have gone away from what you thought that path they would walk on. You're brokenhearted. But Jesus' promise from God is He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. You know, when you've had a wound and it's all bleeding and scarring and horrible, and then somebody comes and puts the most beautiful ointment gently on it and then puts a bandage around it, protect it, and you feel cared for and loved. That's the same thing. Jesus comes to bind up your wounds. He's gentle. He's not rough. And He carefully does it. And it says in the Amplified, He cures your pains and your sorrows. So you don't have to walk around with those pains anymore. You know, people walk around saying things like, I was an abused child, or my mother never wanted me. You don't have to walk around like that, because Jesus came to set you free from all those things. Isaiah 53:4 says, surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows. He's actually carried your sorrows so that you won't have to carry them anymore. We don't have to wait to get to heaven to be healed of these things. Jesus came to heal us now, down here on earth. Isaiah 53:5 in the Amplified said, he was wounded for our transgressions. We know that. That was our sins. He was bruised for our guilt and iniquities. We know that. But not just that, it's beyond that. The chastisement of our peace and well-being was laid on him. In other words, he was punished. He took the punishment so that we could be peace and live in peace and have well-being. He took the punishment. We don't have to be living in turmoil and tension and addictions and frustrations and anger and hurt. He came to pay the price for that. It's not for us to carry anymore. And with his stripes we are healed, it says. And actually in the Amplified it says, and made whole. Whole isn't just our sins being forgiven. Whole is our sicknesses being healed, and whole is our emotional pain being healed. Beautiful word. He came to make us whole. Can you think of areas in your life where you are not whole, where you have fears of going out in crowds, or fears of having to fly on a plane, or fears of having to drive in the city, and these things bind you up and make you a prisoner because you think to yourself, no, I can't do that, I'm too frightened. Jesus came to set all that free. Isn't that wonderful? Every little bit of it you can be free from. That's what his death on the cross won for us. Far more than we realise. We've got into patterns of thinking, like, I can't do that. No, I can't go to the movie theatre because, there might be a fire break out, and I had that happen as a child, and now I can't cope. All that's gone. 2 Corinthians 5:17. It's gone. You're a new person now. You're not a person who gets frightened in crowds. You're not a person who's frightened in traffic. You're not a person who's frightened on an aeroplane. You're a new person, and Jesus came to set you free from all of that. What a wonderful Jesus he is. He doesn't leave us in our pain. Isn't that wonderful? He doesn't leave us in our pain. He doesn't leave us in our hurt. He doesn't leave us bound up by calamity and bruised and broken. He came to set us free, and I think that is so exciting.
Church, why don't you join with us as we sing, God, you're so good. Amazing love that welcomes me, the kindness of mercy that bore with blood wholeheartedly my soul undeserving. God, you're so good. Lift your voices. God, you're so good. God, you're so good. You're so good to
behold the grass, age to age, and hour by hour, the dead are raised, the sinner saved, the work of your power. God, you're so good. God, you're so good. God, you're so good.
has bought for me, both now and forever. Come on, church, lift your voices and sing, God, you're so good. God, you're so good.
God, you're so good. God, you're so good. You're so good to me.
Sing, God, you're good.
God, you're so good.
Oh, God, you're so good. Oh, God, you're good. God, you're so good. You're so good to me. Sing, God, you're good. God, you're so good. God, you're so good. Oh, God, you're good. God, you're so good. You're so good to me. I sing, God, you're good. God, you're so good. God, you're so good. God, you're so good. You're so good to me.
That was a great message by Liz, and we'll be back next week with the next episode of our inner healing message. Remember to join us and to tell your friends, 7 p.m. Friday or 9 a.m. Sunday on onewaytv.org. Bye. But you, O Lord, are a God full of compassion and gracious, long-suffering and abundant in mercy and truth. Psalm 86:15, New King James.